Hello, everybody, and welcome to
This
this today.
this thing.
It is middle of March, and it is way too darn cold outside. And this is I'm supposed to be golfing by now, but I'm not. And here we are doing this.
Yeah, it actually even flurried here this morning and last night. Although we didn't get like the 1 to 2 feet of snow that I would have gotten had I stayed in Boston. Sorry. I'm sure it'll be fine.
And then, as always, healthy throughout on that side of the coin. But today's show is brought to you by Cloudberry Lab, folks. Check them out, cloudberrylab.com/FRD for a free trial offer and learn how to back up your data to Azure, S3, Google Cloud, anything in between, and everywhere else for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're just going to kick it off with this, even though it is at the top of the show notes. So Sony is doing what I would like to call a bold move yet again. So this was one of their advertisements. I think their tagline, it's kind of hard to see in the camera here, but it says, "This is for the players," but I crossed out players because for what I believe is possibly the fourth time, maybe even more, Sony is not allowing crossplay between, let's say, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox or PC or all that stuff. They're intentionally blocking it, despite the fact that everybody else on the planet wants them to do it. And we know that they're intentionally blocking it because back in September, Fortnite, I think it's Fortnite, however the hell you pronounce that name.
Yeah.
Good game, by the way. Accidentally enabled it, and there were PlayStation and Xbox players playing together, and then they said, whoops, it was a settings error, and turned it back off. And,
Wow. So it could actually work.
Oh, it already did.
It's almost like there's some artificial thing preventing it from happening.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's Sony, but they're the only ones who are not saying yes, so
I'll say it's Sony. I mean, they did this with Minecraft.
Yep.
They specifically told Microsoft we're not allowing that. And Microsoft said, fine, but we're going to tell everyone you said that. You know, it's a weird form of insecurity from the market leader, right? They're outselling the Xbox by at least 2 to 1. You won. This isn't going to change that. I mean, I don't know. Isn't this anti-competitive at some point? I mean, isn't this an antitrust concern?
That might be a bit much. I don't know. But I mean, it's more annoying than anything else, especially if you're a PlayStation player and your friend has the Xbox. And you know they're not going to buy a PlayStation because I would imagine not too many people buy an Xbox and a PlayStation. You're one or the other, it seems like, for the most part.
Absolutely, of course. I mean, these things cost hundreds of dollars, and then you
Right.
invest potentially $1,000 or more in games. I mean,
Yep.
you're not going to you're not going to both. I think I'll buy, going to buy Call of Duty on both of them, and I'm going to just kind of, sometimes I'll play one. It's no.
Yeah. The only thing I can conclude is that the reason why Microsoft likes it, obviously, is that they get more gamer per whatever, more games and all that stuff. But if you do play Xbox on the PC, Microsoft still makes money. If you play Xbox, if you play games on the PC, Microsoft still indirectly makes money through a Windows 10 sale or something like that, or potentially through Xbox Live or whatever. Sony has no way of monetizing anything outside of its own little black box. And
but opening up crossplay makes the PlayStation more valuable to the people who have chosen PlayStation. It gives them a bigger audience of gamers that they can compete with and so forth. And if your game is or your console is so superior, don't be ashamed to let them compete. And can you hear my cat? She's being annoyingly loud.
No, I heard a little meow. But I will be fully transparent. It's a little
Squeaking
harder
away
to hear
under
you
here.
when my speakers are pretty far away, so any subtle noises I don't hear, which is probably for the better.
It's like a little diesel engine down there. It's just purring away.
Speaking of purring away, Apple's music subscription service, which many people thought wouldn't do so well for whatever odd reason, now has 38 million subscribers, which I think puts it pretty close to first place, if not... Well, no, I think Spotify still has like 50 million.
Yeah, Spotify's... it might even be as much as 70-something million, but whatever.
Yeah.
This is for paid subscribers. I mean, including all subscribers, Spotify has dramatically more users. But, look, anything Apple does is going to be successful to some degree. I mean, they have a very loyal audience, and that audience likes to spend money. And by the way, Apple Music is not bad. It's just that I would never use it as an Android user personally, but it's very much in the Apple ecosystem, and this doesn't surprise me.
Yep, Apple Music and HomePod, 2 peas in a pod.
Two peas in a home pod.
I died a little saying that. Oh, and then Paul, I saw you blasted this up on the site, but I have not actually read it. So,
Yeah.
creators updates coming next month.
Well, in other words, on the same schedule we always expected. That release date is for consumers. So this comes courtesy of NeoWin, who, I don't know if someone tipped them off to a Microsoft developer blog post, but some developer at Microsoft posted a thing about Windows versions and support life cycles back in February. And then overnight, I think he updated it to include the latest version, and he pegged April 2018 as the release date. So this is in keeping with the creators update from last year, right? They finalize it in March, and then they start releasing it publicly in April. So it's supported for 18 months, as Windows 10 versions are today, so through October 2019.
Which makes sense, because what is it? It's today's the 13th. So you give it...
Yeah.
I mean, they've pumped out a couple builds lately, so you push it out. Let's just say they finalize this week. Then they
I'm thinking we're going to see a version this week that doesn't have anything on the desktop. That's one of the early signs we're winding it down. And yeah, it's going to be within the next, well, couple of weeks, right? We only have a couple of weeks left in the month, but it's going to be soon.
Yep. So they'll probably finalize it this week or next week, and then they prepare it for the following week, get it out to OEM partners, and then start shipping, and that puts you into the first week of April.
And my cat has arrived.
And yeah, that about does it. I do have to go to the dentist tomorrow, which I am...
I haven't gone to the dentist in a couple of years now, and I have a dentist appointment coming up as well, and I'm not looking forward to it, because I know what's going to happen is they're going to open my mouth and be like, uh-oh. You know, like, I know I have little issues all over the place, and it's going to be bad.
When they start asking you what your credit card limit is, that's...
Can you pay your bill up front? Did I ever tell you this story? You know, my old dentist, who I started out liking a lot, but one of the reasons I haven't been for a while is because I grew to not trust these people over time. But early on, we were, you know, you have an appointment. We never really had dental insurance, right? Or we haven't had it in years. So I would just pay them after each appointment. So whatever the cost of it was, $70 or $80 or whatever. So I'd write them a check or give them, my debit card or whatever. And one time the woman who worked there said, "You guys are such good customers or patients or whatever." And I was like, what does that mean? Like, we have a lot of cavities? And she says, "No, you always pay your bill like right away." And I'm like, are there other options? Can I choose not to pay for this service I just received? I always thought that was kind of goofy, but I guess people, can you imagine, like, someone comes to your home, mows your lawn, cuts up a tree that fell down, or you go to the dentist and you get, a cleaning or a cavity fixed or whatever it is, whatever the service might be you want to choose. And then the guy's like, "All right, so the total is whatever." And you're like, "Yeah, I'll pay that sometime in the future."
Yeah, I would like to get on that plan as well.
What is that? That's terrible to do to anybody.
Yeah. I mean, well, if I could just get away for not paying bills for 3 months, I would be very happy. I mean,
oh, no, me too. By the way, wait till your kid's in college. If you want it, like, God, like my son's education is 3 times the cost of our mortgage.
Oof.
Like, it's awesome. So, and then at least he doesn't rack up parking tickets and speeding tickets too. So it's just working out great. It's just an investment in his future, I guess, not in my future. But yikes.
I'm waiting for my dentist to call me out. I mean, it's been 6 months since I've been to the dentist. Yeah. Whatever, I'm on that twice a year plan thing, whatever our insurance covers through my wife's work. But I have not drank. Well, this isn't fully true. I have not drank really any pop since about Christmas, like, at all. Like, I've just kind of I have these little fruit drinks that have a little bit of caffeine in them, but basically no sugar. And I drink water and Gatorade after the gym, which Gatorade isn't great for you, I know, but it's not like I'm coming home and slamming Coke. But if he says to me, you need to cut back on the cola, I'm gonna look at him and be like, I did, son of a bitch.
Thank you for giving me the same road advice every time I visit, despite the fact, I used to, one of the things I didn't like about my previous dentist, and they would always say, you really you need to floss more. And I said, I floss all the time. I said, well, yeah, but you need to floss. And I said, I don't think you just heard what I said. I actually do floss. I know that people sometimes say they do things and they don't, but I actually do floss.
Mm-hmm.
And I really resented getting this advice every single time. Like, you really need to floss more. I'm like, I don't think so. I think I floss more than anyone who comes in here.
Yeah, I think that
But,
like saying is just like etched into the back of the chair so that they
yeah.
can just read off the cue card. Like, don't drink the sugary stuff. You need
Yeah,
to
they're
floss
looking at
more,
the thing,
brush
not even
twice
paying
a day
attention.
or
Exactly.
3 times.
Yeah,
if
stop
you're
drinking
really up
soda,
to it.
floss more.
Um,
Yeah, thanks. Anything else? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right.
Kitty
You got
cat.
anything else for today? 'Cause-
No, I'm working on a second. Well, nothing major.
Oh.
I've got a second Cloudberry review I'm working on, which I think might be interesting to people. I've taken on some more advanced scenarios. I think that's going to go live sometime this week, but if not, it will be sometime soon for sure. The cat has gotten her hair all over this ThinkPad now. I'm sure Lenovo will appreciate that. I don't know. What about you?
Oh, well, thanks for asking, Paul. Actually, I'm going to post a very small and pointless scoop up here on Petri. If you remember back in the fall, I want to say September, the Edge team said, hey, Teams is working on a PWA.
Yeah, they always architected it. Architected? Architected. That sounds weird when I say it, but Teams to be a PWA eventually. It's a web app.
Yeah.
Using whatever technology today. But yeah.
Yep.
So then
and
when does
so
that happen?
that is now actually in external testing. I got my dirty little paws on it, and it crashes a bunch and is not great. But that is now in external testing, and so it should be arriving here, I mean, nearish future. The fact that it's no longer internal only means they're making progress, and you'll be able to get it through the store.
This makes me think that they want to time it with the release of this next Windows version, because that will be the one that supports PWA. It's like they want to have a first-party app they can point to.
I would. That was my first thought as well. The reason why I don't think it's maybe coming out, I mean, it could, I guess, come out in April, is that it's just really, really buggy right now.
Right. Please don't knock my hard drive on the floor, Cat. Please. Let me just get that out of there. Okay. I'll just make that safe.
There we go. Mirrorcast coming back to life for me. But, all right, folks, that wraps it up for today. Today's show is brought to you by Cloudberry Lab. Check them out, cloudberrylab.com/FRD. And we'll catch you right back here tomorrow, because I kept thinking today was Wednesday, but it is not. It is, in fact, Tuesday. Have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday.